Hi, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Bryndís. I like to read, and in today's video, I'm actually gonna talk about my kind of pile of possibilities for February. And so this is a little bit of an extra video because I really wanted to talk about the books that are kind of on my horizon for February, and because there are these two reading events that I really want to take part in. And if I talk about them when I'm also talking about my weekly updates, my weekly reading, the video will be so long. So I decided to just make an extra video. And so there are two events going on in February that I really want to take part in. And I think I probably have two books for each of those. So the first one is Holmes is Where the Heart Is. And I will put all the people below that are hosting and co-hosting those events. Yeah, I really think that it's a fascinating event. I love Sherlock Holmes, and I really look forward to reading some of those books that I have in mind. There are 4 prompts, but I'm only going for 2 of them. So first of all, I read what I thought was the entire catalog of Sherlock Holmes last July. But I've been thinking since July, I've been kind of thinking, I think I forgot a couple of the short stories because I don't remember reading the story where Holmes and Moriarty are like, go at it, basically. So I was looking at the what story that is, and it's called The Final Problem, the short story, and I have it, let me see, I think I have it here. Yeah, The Final Problem. I have it in this volume. It's called, so I have this volume of his books, The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes and The Memoirs of Sherlock Holmes. And it is in the memoirs part. It's the last short story in that collection. And I did listen to these as audiobooks, but for some reason that short story eluded me. So I want to listen to that or read it either. We'll see what I do, because I discovered a couple of years ago. I discovered, what is his name? I will put it on the screen. So he has written some books that are like with Sherlock Holmes as a character, but also kind of in the spirit of Sherlock Holmes. And he has some sort of a deal or something with the Sherlock Holmes estate or Arthur Conan Doyle estate or something. So he's kind of has been given permission to use the character of Sherlock Holmes and Dr. Watson, but also to kind of expand on like writing new books and stuff like that, which I think is, for me at least, is a sign that maybe he is not, that it's good. I read one book by him. I discovered him, like I said, a few years ago, and I listened to one of his books, which was basically like where the author was kind of in the story helping out a detective or something like that, and it was okay and definitely not bad, not the worst mystery that I've ever read, for sure. But this, I just discovered or saw in my audiobook app, this book, Moriarty. I haven't actually checked anything about this book, so I don't really know what it's about. I'm assuming that Moriarty is a character, just given the title. So I don't know if it is like a Moriarty and Holmes, or if it's before Moriarty, like they met, or after, or like, but I'm very curious. And yeah, I really look forward to reading this book. So those are the two books that I'm gonna read for Holmes is Where the Heart Is, and I really look forward to that. If I do, because I know that I've watched a couple of people with their TBRs for this event, and there are definitely other books that have kind of piqued my interest, but I may not get to them, and I may not have them available to me either. So we'll see if maybe there might be more books, but at least these two. The Final Problem with Sherlock Holmes by Arthur Conan Doyle, and then Moriarty by this author that I have no idea why I can't remember his name. Anyway, I'm really looking forward to that. And then the other event that I'm looking forward to this month is Feb Regency, or reading Regency literature in February. I think that's gonna be really fun. I like that period. I mean, I haven't read extensively from that period, but I do like it. Now for this event, I will also put all the channels below that are hosting. I will say that they are taking the extended version of the Regency. I think the Regency is like 10 years or something. I don't know how long, from 1810 or 11 or something like that, when the Prince of Wales became regent for King George III. But for them, they are doing, in this event, it's extended version of the Regency. So it's from 1795 until 1837. So a very extensive, extended period, which works perfectly well for me, because the main book that I want to read for this event is Camilla by Frances Burney. And this is a big book, 913 pages. But last year I read Evelina by Frances Burney, which I really enjoyed as well. And so I'm pretty sure I will enjoy this. This is just a very typical 18th century Regency book that influenced Jane Austen. Basically young women looking for suitable husbands. And very high stakes, because it was very important for you as a woman to get a good husband, because you were basically your husband's property. So if you did not get a good husband, your life would be very bad. So there are high stakes, which I enjoy in like romance, or And yeah, Camilla is obviously the main character, Camilla Tyrrell and her sisters, the daughters of a country parson, and their cousin Indiana Lynn Meir, and there's love affair. The path of true love is strewn with intrigue, contretemps, and misunderstandings. This was extremely popular when it came out, and it was published in 1796, so just barely made the cut for this event. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to it, and I will be listening to it as an audiobook. Now, it's very long, and so if I still feel the urge and the want to read more Regency literature after this one, I do also have Waverley by Sir Walter Scott. And this was published in 1814, I think, if I can remember correctly. And it takes place it's a historical novel, so it takes place in 1745 to 6, during the Jacobite rising in Scotland, in the Highlands of Scotland. So I think Edward Waverley is a young English soldier in the Hanoverian army sent to Scotland, where he finds himself caught up in events that quickly transform the stuff of romance into nightmare. So he is going like is an English soldier during the Jacobite Rising, which was the last civil war fought on British soil. So there is, romance here. There's, I'm sure, all sorts of drama, and yeah. I mean, I've heard mixed things about this book, but I think Sir Walter Scott obviously is a very famous author. I'm, Regency. I'm thinking that was he more of a romance? Was he also a poet? I can't remember. But anyway, so these two would be my Feb Regency picks. But this Camilla is gonna be the one that I'm gonna prioritize and start with. And both of these are from my physical book, unread bookshelves. So they will count for my Read What You Own challenge, which is fantastic. Now, these are the books that are kind of on my TBR, and I'm also still reading other books. I'm still reading Crime and Punishment by Dostoevsky. I'm reading Conversation with Friends, and I'm reading Anthony Trollope. So I have a lot of books on the go at the moment, but so hopefully I will get to these. But there is another book that I am contemplating also reading in February. And this book is Wuthering Heights by Emily Bronte. So I have already read this book, so this would be a reread. In 2024, I did a Bronte Sisters project, and I read all 7 of the novels by the 3 sisters, including Wuthering Heights, and I hated this book. I know hate is a very strong word, but I actually did hate this book. I think Heathcliff is one of the most despicable, horrible, monstrous characters out there. He's just absolutely horrible. And I don't mind villains and anti-heroes and bad people, but he went too far. But I listened to it as an audiobook, and in 2024, when I listened to it, I had 2 audiobooks available to me. I didn't really like either of them, but I chose one and I listened to it, even though it wasn't really my favorite. I just wasn't in the mood to physically read this book. Now, this book is trending, I would say, because of the movie coming out, and I have like 8 versions of the audiobook with 8 different narrators available to me in my audiobook app. Unfortunately, I do not have I think Juliet Stevenson narrates it, but I don't have that book available to me, which is very sad because Juliet Stevenson is one of the best narrators of classics ever. But I do have Ruth Golding, I think her name is. And I've listened to her before, and she's pretty good as well. So I might give that a go. If I find that I'm not enjoying the audiobook, I actually also just might read this book physically. I'm reading Conversation with Friends as a physical book, but then I don't really have any physical book on the horizon. So I could put this one in that queue. The font is very small, so I don't know if I will enjoy that either, but this is the Wordsworth Classics edition, which is not very beautiful, I have to say. But I really want to try and read this book again and see if maybe I can see, like I could see why people like this book, because I mean the writing is fantastic, and I think Emily Bronte it's a real shame that she didn't live to write more books, because I think that she is an excellent author, a novelist. But I don't know. And I didn't go in, I knew that this wasn't a love story, so that's not why I didn't like it. I knew that going into it. But, oh my God, people. So, I might give it a go. We'll see. But yeah, so this one plus Moriarty is gonna be on my pile of possibilities for February. And plus, obviously, I'm still reading the other books, like I said. So I have like 3 books on the go, plus these 5. Oof. Or one of them is obviously a short story. Yeah, I have a lot to read, but I'm also just having a great reading season at the moment. So I'm enjoying it very much. Are you gonna take part in any of these events? If you are, please let me know in the comments and tell me what you're reading. And I would love to have a conversation with you guys. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.